I'm just making sure I'm adjusted all right here. So here we go. It's been a while since I've been on, so I'm excited to be here with you and excited to be talking to you about what I've decided to give really and to help support you. This light is driving me crazy. Hold on one second. We will just turn that off. There we go. Okay. Hope if some of you are on, if you have any problems with the audio or anything, let me know. But I want to get right to the point today because normally I will wander a little bit in my messaging and I just want to come on. I'm so excited. So I'm just like, if I'm bursting, it's because I'm very excited. I've spent quite a while this past month really thinking about what I could do to serve you, to support you, and to help you move forward in your weight journey, your health journey, to give you as much value as I could give you towards the end of this year and moving into next year. So, racking my brains, what would be the best value? What could give you the most impact moving forward? So as many of you know, I put together this program, Holiday Leap to 2020. And today, mostly, I'll go through the details of the program, but mostly I want you to understand why I put this together. Many of you or some of you may know my story. I've been dieting since I've been 12 years old. 12 years old was the official age. I was probably aware of dieting before that, but it really became official in 8th grade when I was weighed, ended up being 124 pounds and officially fat at that point. So then I went on dieting programs, calorie restriction, exercise, all of these type of things on and off for years. And some of them I had success. Many, many, many more I did not have any success. And none of them were lasting successes. So that leads me to all of these years experience, to all of these challenges that I just had in my body image, how I felt. I'm fine. And then I've come into an age where now it's not even an option. If I want to live, we all know we're going to live another 40, 50, 60 years. I'm 60 for sure. But anyways, we all know that if we don't take care of ourselves at this age, that our later years in life are not going to be productive and vibrant and fun and loving and doing all the things that we want to do. They're going to instead be filled with many, many more doctor visits than we'd want to have, in pain and chronic things. So we need to take this into our own hands. And many of us are at that age, I call us seasoned women, that we have to pay attention to all the signs, signals, warnings, everything that we're having. So having said that, I started to think about the whole thing about coming into the holiday season. Because if you're like me, most of the time, once Halloween came and went, my mentality was, next year, I'm doing this. So I already, from after the 31st of October, so starting in November, I'm already saying in January, I'm going to join the gym. In January, I'm going to do this. In January, I'm going to do that. So what happened to these 2 months? My mentality was, it's all over. Now, because it's holiday season, I start having this story in my mind. I'm going to be stressed. I have too many things to do. I don't want to start anything. I'm going to wait. Blah, 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 blah. We all know the stories. I don't have to tell you the stories. I'm sure you have your own stories. Now, as in every story, are there a lot of truths to the story? Absolutely, there are truths. But are there a lot of things that really aren't so true? And so I wanted to, and so what ends up happening in 99% of the time, and I'm using myself as an example, but I have many, many friends. And when I have this discussion with them, they all say, oh yeah, absolutely. You're right. So I know it's not just me, that we come into the season, and because we just feel like, okay, it didn't all happen this year, so now it's January. We all have that mentality. What ends up happening is we actually deteriorate down in these 2 months to a frenzy of what we're saying is enjoying ourselves and just letting it all, who cares? I'm going to start in January. But in reality, we don't usually enjoy ourselves for real. And I'm going to talk about that a little more in a minute. And we end up on the other side that we're in a worse place than we are right now. So how does that set yourself up for success in 2020? It doesn't. So, and the other big challenge that I had is when I look at many of the philosophies of some colleagues, other health coaches, whom some of them I respect, they have great ideas, but their thought pattern is a thought pattern of, I'm going to teach you how to hold back, deprive yourself so you can come through victorious in January. I'm the opposite of that. I believe the more pleasure you have, the more enjoyment you have, the more that you will start 2020 on in a better place, on a better motivation to move forward. So you might be saying to yourself right now, are you telling me I'm going to just throw caution to the wind for the next 2 months and I'm going to come out ahead in January? That doesn't make any sense to me. And I get it. I understand. And a lot of that is just because you don't know me yet. And by the way, just so you do, if for anybody who's seeing this for the first time, I do have 2 certifications in coaching. Transformational nutritional coach and as an eating psychology coach. And so I really want to work with you on both levels. There is the nutrition component. There's always a dance between the nutrition and how you are emotionally, mentally handling and thought process of how you handle being, bringing health to your body, both on the inside and the outside. So my goal is to make sure that you truly enjoy your holidays, that you enjoy every single piece of it, but you're going to choose how you do that. And I'm going to explain a little bit more on what I'm put together for you and how I can support you in that. So I'm going to start looking at some notes because as usual, I will go off on a tangent and may come back too much later. So I want you to really, really, really enjoy your holidays. And that's going to include special holiday meals that only happen in the holiday season. I do not want you in any way to deprive yourself of those special moments in life. But what we are going to talk about is I'm going to go through a lot of my protocol program, which is Relax, Release, and Replenish, and how if you use these principles and these strategies that I teach and will be sharing with you during this time together, that you will realize that you can have this enjoyment. You can eat the foods that some nutritionists may consider not optimal, but how you can incorporate that into your life, because there's always going to be those moments that have foods that aren't necessarily ideal, but there is a love to them. It's something that that you make a choice that you want to have. So my program is going to incorporate those into your life. So a couple of things that I just want to talk to you about is that in the next 6 weeks, I'm going to run this program from November 22nd through January 3rd. So it's 6 weeks, 42 days. And for these 42 days, if we on an average had 3 meals a day, that is 126 meals. Now, let's say you have Thanksgiving and maybe Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, a few holiday parties, a few relative events, a few work or good cheer, neighborhood, local events that you go to. That's going to come out to about 15, 18, let's say 20 meals or situations that you are going to be not having the ideal, nutritious, wonderful super vegetables and all those great things that we talk about. You're not going to be in those situations. But think about those numbers. We're going to eat 126 meals in these 6 weeks. And you're going to have about 20 of them that will not be ideal if you really count them out. So that leaves you with 106 opportunities to nourish yourself, take care of yourself, do the loving things for your body. And when those situations come up, you are going to enjoy them and fully experience them. And if you do this, I promise you that come January, you're going to be in a better place than you are right now. So what I want to do is kind of explain to you how I'm going to support you and what the program involves. And so what you're going to receive and what I'm going to do during this program, I really want to be there to support you. So number one, you're going to receive daily emails from me. They're going to be short, sweet, maybe a little funny, but they're going to have nutritional tips and tricks. One day it might be, what I want to do is expand your mind in these emails, maybe bring you that one little thing, that little reminder, or a thought like, wow, I never thought about it that way. Or sure, that's something I could do easily, because I want this to be fun. I want this to be fun and joyous. If it is not fun and joyous, it is not going to be lifelong. It's not going to be something that you can move into the future. So this needs to be fun. And my daily emails will probably be a lot of fun for you. So I'm going to send you a daily email. Someday, maybe it's going to be a little tough love in there. Someday, maybe it's not going to be so tough. Maybe I'm going to be very sympathetic and understanding, but I'm always going to try to lift you up, give you reasons to move forward and say, I can do this. That's my goal. Number two, you will be in a private Facebook group where I'm going to answer every question that you post. I'm going to be in there every single day looking at your questions, your comments, and I'm going to be really, really involved in that. So if you do have something that comes up, or you're dreading, or you're starting to get, all worked up about and saying, oh, how do I handle this? This is the private Facebook group that you can post in there, that we can have these open discussions. Maybe it's you're going to Aunt Annie's on Saturday and it's always a disaster and it's not a great time. It's a stressful time and you find yourself just aimlessly, just maybe making choices that are not even great choices. You're not enjoying yourself for sure. So those would be the things. We could talk about those as more specific questions. Whatever you want, I'll be in there every single day answering that. Also, during our 6 weeks, I'm going to have 2 live coaching calls every single week. Now, I debated about this. They're going to be Tuesdays and Fridays, but I am going to vary the times. I know we're going to have people from all different places that are going to decide to join us in this. And so I'm going to vary the times just so other everybody kind of have opportunities to jump on depending on time zones and things like that. And then of course I'll ask for your feedback. So I'll try to make it as convenient for you as possible, because I love being in live events, but I also sometimes I do a lot of replays because my schedule doesn't jive with the live schedule. So I want that to be there for you as well. So, anyways, I'm going to do that on there. And then, I'm going to discuss in those live coaching calls everything from some of the principles and things I mentioned in my protocol program, the FeelFab 3-hour protocol, relax, release, and replenish. Also, I will be answering, if there's a lot of questions that seem very, very similar, I may discuss those during those live calls as well. If there's a lot of people who happen to be on live as well and you have questions at that moment that I can answer, I will be doing that. I'm there to be your coach to serve you. I'll probably be asking that you submit questions before the live calls so we can actually discuss that on the live calls as well. And then number 4, you are going to get a workbook so that you can keep your notes in one place and that you can look back on it, that you can take this. This is something that you can use all year round. Let's face it, it's not only the holidays. We have birthdays, we have vacations, we have weddings, we have, unfortunately, funerals. We have times in our lives where we're going to get off track or be pulled away from what we might consider our optimal daily nutrition program to support ourselves. So it happens. It's okay. And you can go back, maybe look at some of these notes and say, you know what? That's what I did at that time. It's also something where you can keep a journal. Keep a journal of what's going on in these 6 weeks, not to make it cumbersome. I don't want this to be a cumbersome program. I want this to be very light, but sometimes you just got to give yourself a little reminder like, wow, I'm so proud of myself today, or look what I did, or whoa, that wasn't my best moment, all sorts of things. Have fun with it. Be curious. Write down questions. So I'm going to give you a workbook so you can keep everything in one place. Also, I decided that I'm going to add in 6 what I call nutritional 101. Some basic nutritional things. Nutrition has changed dramatically over the years, especially since the 70s and 80s. A lot of us are seasoned women who follow me, and as myself. And there's been so many changes and so many discoveries and things that have happened in the nutrition world. So I'm just going to give you 6 videos that are like a nutrition 101, bringing you up to speed today, discussing some of the things that I feel are really important for you to know as a foundation. So I'll be adding those in as well. And then let me just look at my notes here. Okay. So what I've done is I've priced this program. I really, really went to my heart and soul on this and tried to decide what really could be my holiday gift to you and serve you, and really price this in a way that is a gift to yourself. And that's what I really wanted to do. So I really spent some time, because I'm giving you a lot of value. I'm going to be here for you, hold your hand through a lot of this. And I wanted to know, what could I do that would really impact you, and price it in a way that you couldn't say no to yourself. Because that's a lot of times what we do as women. We know it's holiday time. We're giving, and we forget that we need to take care of ourselves. We need to gift ourselves. So this is 42 days, 6 weeks. I decided to do something ridiculous in probably a business sense, but I decided to price this at $2 a day. So this program will be $84 for this program. So I hope you're doing the woohoo dance, because I want you to be here. I want you to leap into 2020, leaping forward, that you're ready in 2020, and ready in all different ways. It might be ready just because you've done some great things for your body and you're feeling all the differences. You're just ready to burst forward. It could be that maybe you're going to lose a few pounds. Wouldn't that be nice? These are great things. Maybe you're somebody who every holiday season gains 10 pounds, and this year you stayed the same, or maybe you gained 1 pound or something really small because you're nourishing yourself while you're enjoying your holidays. These things are my goals, but you know what? It's not my goal. It's my wish for you. You'll have your own goals, and I want to support you in those goals, but I want it to be enjoyable and stress-free. So that is going to be $84. I'm going to be opening up, sign up is going to be opening up hopefully by a Friday afternoon. I had a couple little glitches in opening this, getting it in the program. So hopefully we should have it by Friday afternoon. Believe me, I'll announce it everywhere so that you can sign up for the program on Friday. It starts on a week later on the 22nd. And I've added a real super bonus upgrade as well. And what I decided to do, and this comes a lot from my heart, that I feel we're all individuals. We all have a different story on how we got here to where we are today, talking about our food story, our challenges, and our health is, we all have our individual situation. So I'm offering a 1-hour private Skype coaching with me for an additional $60. This is an unheard of bonus, but I want you to be served. So you will have an option to choose having the hour Skype coaching, which will one-on-one determine when that will be at our, we'll figure out our schedules. And I can then help you customize for you what would be the best things for you to do during this time to get you where you want to go. So that's an additional $60. It's a private one-on-one coaching. So I hope you take advantage of that, because private coaching what may take you 6 months in a group program, you can leap forward faster in private coaching. So if your goal is to really make 2020 your year for great health, then I hope you take advantage of that as well. And the price point is so low for you, and I've done that as my holiday gift to all of you. So I hope you'll take advantage of that. And just to add some fun, as I told you that I'm all about having fun. I believe the more we laugh, we have fun, we're curious, and sometimes we just have to laugh at ourselves as well, and enjoy it. So what I've done as well, just to put a little bit of fun into this, anyone who signs up for the private coaching upgrade, I'm going to put all your names into a hat, and I'm going to pull one of your names, and you'll actually, as my gift, receive that as a free private coaching session. You will get credited that $60 back. So I hope that just makes it a little more fun for you, that, you could be the one that could win that free coaching session. So, I'm hoping that this is as exciting to you as it is to me. I am so looking forward to being with you in the 6 weeks. And I'm going to be posting all the details, of course, that you can see everything again that I talked about today, because sometimes I talk real fast, and that you can take advantage of this, that Feel Fabulous Nutrition, that we can support you in leaping to 2020. So that's it for today. Thank you for listening, whether it's live here. I didn't see too many people pop on live here. So if it's ended up being a replay, that's okay too. I do more replays than anything else. So look forward to hearing from you. Hope you're excited about this as I am. And I look forward to spending the next 6 weeks with you. Thanks so much. Have a great day, everybody.